Ministry of Transportation prepares water taxi project connecting Ngurah Airport to, where else, Canggu. And Bali Provincial Government encourages economic equality between North and South. Yes, more on this. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat pagi. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is January 15th, 2025, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? Right now at 9 o'clock in the morning, it is 29.9 degrees Celsius. The humidity 75%, and the wind speed is 4.8 kilometers per hour. And cloudy, but sunny with clouds. And we had rain last night, not huge amount, but enough that I had to put down the storm tarp to keep the balcony from getting wet. And how's the weather where you are in Bali or in Lombok, in case of Peter? Okay, let's get to it. Ministry of Transportation prepares water taxi project connecting Ngurah Airport to Canggu. The Directorate of Traffic and Sea Transportation of the Ministry of Transportation has begun a study, another study, of a water taxi project that will connect the airport with several tourist destinations in Bali. This study is expected to be able to overcome traffic congestion on the tourist island. Yes, another way to get over the traffic congestion. And, well, haven't heard this one before. Director of Traffic and Sea Transportation, Hartanto, said that the main priority of the project is the water taxi route from Ngurah Airport to Canggu, a destination that is often crowded with tourists. Yes, today I just want to review it with the experts, he said. This is a plan to reduce congestion, especially from the airport to Canggu. Later, we will also stop by several other ports. He said this yesterday. Apart from Canggu, other planned routes are Kuta, Sanur, via Benoa Harbor, and Nusa Penida. Hartanto hopes that the project will start soon so that the priority route to Canggu can operate this year in 2025. According to him, the Canggu area attracts many tourists but is often hit by traffic jams due to the high volume of vehicles. We are focused on getting the Canggu route started this year, he said. Hopefully the public will support it because it will maintain Bali's image as a comfortable tourist destination. Don't let tourists be reluctant to come because of traffic jams. And already a lot of talk about that on the internet. The initial step of this project is to form a working team consisting of related elements in Bali. After that, the team, together with experts, will conduct a feasibility study to ensure the readiness of the infrastructure and shipping lanes. In its operation, the Ministry of Transportation plans to collaborate with the private sector through an operational cooperation scheme. The mode of transportation to be used is a fast boat with a passenger capacity between 100 and 200 people. I suggested the name Bali Boat. This fleet uses fast boats with a capacity of 100 to 200 people and is managed through cooperation with the private sector. Pak Hartanto is optimistic that the water taxi project will be an effective solution to reduce traffic congestion in Bali. The existence of water taxis not only facilitates transportation, but will also maintain the stability of tourist visits, which has been one of the main economic strengths on the island of the gods. So we've got the LRT or the MRT, which may or may not get started construction this year. And of course, there is the mythical Bali Airport, the North Bali Airport, and who knows about that. And then there were plans on widening the roads and doing something with engineering, traffic engineering. So this is a new one, water taxis. And what happened to the flying taxis? Remember, I don't know, what was it, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago? There was talk about bringing flying taxis into Bali to get over that. And, well, maybe we can just beam people up. Where is Scotty when we need him? Okay, and what about the economic disparity between the regions in Bali? Bali Provincial Government encourages economic equality between North and South. The Bali Provincial Government continues to strive to accelerate economic equality between the northern and southern regions in order to achieve inclusive and sustainable growth. The head of the Bali Provincial Regional Development Planning Agency revealed the strategic steps that have been taken. In the 2018 Regional Medium-Term Development Plan, we designed Bali's economic transformation so that the new economic centers outside the southern region can grow. He said this yesterday. One of the efforts taken is the construction of port infrastructure outside of the southern Bali region, including the Nusa Penida area in Klungkung. In addition, there's the shortcut to Singaraja's shortcut, and the construction of a people's port is also a priority. Then there's the Turiapada Tower Monument located just up there. I just was looking at it this morning, and that's been completed, not done yet, but it is open. This new tourism icon is expected to drive the economy and support MSMEs in the central region of Bali. However, he admitted that various infrastructures have not been optimal in boosting economic equality. One of the obstacles, he said, is budget limitations. The entire Bali budget is only 30 trillion rupiah, compared with Jakarta, 88 trillion, and Java, which averages 60 trillion. The economic disparity between the southern and northern regions is also reflected in poverty rates. Buleleng, Karangasem, and Klungkung regencies have the highest poverty rates in Bali, while Denpasar and Badung have much lower poverty rates. The Central Statistics Agency of Bali Province recorded that the number of poor people in March 2024 reached 184,000 people, down from 193,000 in March of 2023. Although the poverty rate in Bali is the lowest nationally, the poverty percentage still is around 4%. In the future, the Bali provincial government will continue to push strategic steps to accelerate more equitable economic growth. This is expected to improve the standard of living of people throughout the island, not only those living in the south area, which has so far been dominating the economy here. And up here in Buleleng, still a lot of agriculture, a lot of fishing that goes on. Tourism, yeah, not so much. We do have, of course, Lovina, and you've got up in the mountains, you've got Munduk, and over that way to the west, you've got Pemutaran, and over there, you've got Arsani and Tajakula. So there are little spots for tourists here, but nothing big like down in the south. And so the economic disparity is a continuing issue for the government here. And all this building going on here in Bali, continuously building, and how is that impacting agriculture here? What about down in Canggu? Closed irrigation villa project material. Farmers in Canggu complain about dry rice fields. A number of farmers in Subak Uma, Canggu village, complained about the damage to the water channels leading to their rice fields. The damage is suspected to have been caused by a villa construction project that blocked the irrigation channels. As a result, several rice fields have dried up because the water flow has stopped. Monitoring at the location yesterday showed piles of soil and iron construction materials that had not been installed, blocking some of the water channels. Responding to the complaint, a number of members of the Badung DPRD came and conducted a surprise inspection. They found the irrigation channel blocked by project materials. If this is closed, it's clear that the community's farmers will be disrupted. Earlier, we saw that there had been cleaning, but it was not optimal, according to the chairman of Commission 2 of the Badung DPRD. Sada asked investors to obey the rules in development, including maintaining the existence of irrigation channels. He also emphasized the importance of supervision by local village and traditional village officials. At least their buildings must be moved back 1 meter from the irrigation channel. When there is heavy rain, the water is not blocked, and this can cause flooding. The deputy chairman of Commission 1 of the Badung DPRD reminded investors to establish communication with village and traditional village officials, and he considered this coordination important so that the development of buildings, like villas, does not damage the existing order in the area. Maybe, he said, there's a misunderstanding because they think that with the job creation law, managing everything online through OSS, they think that everything can be accommodated. According to him, although licensing can be done through the OSS, investors are still required to coordinate with the Badung Regency government and local village officials. Because they're building in Badung, it's a basic obligation, coordination with the villages that are in the area. Coordination must be still carried out. And this has been a continuing issue over the last 18 months or so, people using the one-step system online, and then they don't coordinate with local people. And sometimes the local authorities, the local government, doesn't find out about it until community members come and complain. Hey, there's a villa being built over here and it's doing this or that. to interfere with community activities. And then they go, what? How did this happen? And then it becomes an issue. And of course, then it gets into the press. So we'll see what's going to happen with this. Maybe there'll be some follow-up. And what about President Prabowo's free meal program? I talked about this a week ago or so when they first started, and it was only one regency here that was doing it. Well, it is spreading now. There's a lot of reports online. I'm just going to talk about one. 3,029 students in Tabanan start getting free nutritious meals. The free nutritious meal program began in Tabanan Regency on the 13th, 2 days ago. As an initial stage, 3,029 students in 23 schools were targeted by the program. The activities carried out by the National Nutrition Agency, BGN, in collaboration with Bayan Kita Restaurant took place simultaneously from various levels of school, starting with preschool, kindergarten, elementary school, junior high school, and high school. The implementation of the activity was coordinated by the CODIM 1619 Tabanan. It even received attention from the Denpasar Food and Drug Monitoring Agency. In a related story, they were there to check on the food and make sure that it was safe and it was nutritious. And, well, they gave it the okay. From monitoring at SMKN 3 Tabanan, thousands of distributed meal packages were served in plastic lunch boxes. More plastic. Inside were white rice, mixed green beans with carrots, soy sauce, chicken, and watermelon. All students who were targets of the program seemed to be enthusiastic about eating. One of the students at SMKN 3 said he was happy to get free food because every day he has to buy food for 35,000 rupiah. Well, because of this program, I saved my pocket money, so if I want to buy snacks at home, I don't have to ask my parents anymore. Wow, I wish my granddaughter did that. Meanwhile, Tabanan Regional Secretary said that Tabanan was ready to participate in the implementation of the free nutritious meal program. The implementation, as I said, was coordinated by CODIM 1619 Tabanan. We in Tabanan are ready. We're just waiting for instructions from the center for its continuation. And there was more news about Bulalang and a different story, and about Klungkung and about Karangasem. So it looks like it is going all over the island now. Good news. And let's finish this up. Bappeda says Bali doesn't have to have National Strategic Project. Head of Bali Province Regional Development Planning Agency, Iwan Wiastana, said that it would not be a problem if there were no National Strategic Projects, PSN, in Bali in 2025. According to him, every year there will be a new presidential regulation on PSN, and it is not a requirement for there to be one in Bali. It's called the National Strategic Project. It's okay if it's not included here. This means that outside the PSN, there are other programs that can be supported and facilitated by the center. It doesn't have to be included in PSN. PSN only indicates that this is a strategic for the nation. He said this yesterday. According to him, the existence or absence of PSN for Bali does not affect the budget of the Bali provincial government. It's known that the fate of several major project plans in Bali is still unclear. For example, the North Bali Airport, Gilimanuk Mengwi Toll Road. Previously, the coordinating minister for infrastructure and regional development said that North Bali Airport project is still being studied by the government. Keep studying it. We are reviewing it carefully. The study is ongoing and involves all stakeholders, he said. And he said this yesterday. He continued that the airport project in Bulalang has become of special concern for President Prabowo. So in his study, it's necessary to consider several things. Supply and demand. What is the capacity of the airport? And what are the projections for the years ahead, even up to 2045? And this is to accommodate strengthening connectivity. Okay, that is it for today. I just had to pause for a minute, stop and talk to my wife, who's bringing bamboo and wood up onto the roof for her garden. We have so many different projects going here. It's hard to keep up with things. Okay, thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care. And I will see you next time.